Hello and welcome to Sew with Kristen. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to sew some stylish necklines. So if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly hit the button, give this video a thumbs up, share this video, and do not forget to turn your notification bell. So for the first neckline, I will be explaining how to make the round neckline. Let the width of your neckline be 3.5 and the depth be 5 inches. So I'm just going to mark this out and connect with my straight ruler all of the points that I have marked out. After connecting these points together, I would use the curved edge of this ruler to draw out the curve so that I can get my round neckline just like this. Then I would go ahead and cut this out. When making your round neckline, you can make use of 3 by 3 inches, that's for your width and depth. You can also make use of 4 inches by 4 inches and 3.5 by 5 inches. Here is the final look of our round neckline. The next neckline I will be explaining is the leaf neckline, and the width measurement that I'm using is 4 inches. The depth is also 4 inches. I'm just going to mark out these points the way I did for the round neckline. It's just that this time the measurements are different. Then I'm going to use my straight ruler to connect so I can get a box shape. So I can get that box shape. After connecting, I would use the curve area to draw out my curve. Then I'll proceed to making the leaf. You can also alter this measurement by making use of 3.5 by 5 inches. That is, the width will be 3.5 and the depth will be 5 inches. You do not want the depth of this neckline to be deeper than 5 inches because I'll be using an additional 2.5 inches for the length of the leaf. I'm going to cut a small piece of paper now so I can draft my leaf. That's what I'll be using as a guide. So the length of this leaf is 2.5 inch. I just marked the midpoint and went out by 0.5. You can also alter this measurement according to your preference. Then from the midpoint, see the way I'm curving it upwards, also downward. After getting my desired curve, I will just use my scissors to cut this off. Now this is what it looks like. I'm going to place this onto the main neckline. But before I place it, I'm going to fold it back and place it onto the neckline. I'll go down by 0.5 inch because I do not want the tip of this leaf to touch the curved area. And see the way it is placed. The center front of the leaf is laying perfectly well over the center front of this neckline. And I have marked 1 inch. That's the distance between the first leaf to the second leaf is 1 inch. I'm still using the same paper for this, but this time I opened it up. Unlike the first one where I folded it, this one is opened up and I've gone ahead to trace it out. Now you can place yours in a straight pattern. I just decided to slant mine a little so that it has a little bit of style added to it. Thereafter, I'll go ahead and cut this open. You can draw directly onto your pattern other than following this method that I did by drafting the leaf and then placing the leaf onto the pattern. So whatever works well for you, you just go ahead and do it. I just decided to use this so that I can get a perfect measurement. And this is what it looks like. You can also make more leaf if you want. Yes, adding more leaf will make it look very beautiful. The next neckline I'll be explaining is the sweetheart neckline, and this sweetheart neckline I will break them down into four types. So the first one that I'll be doing here does not have any rounded area. The width that I'll be using for this neckline is 3 inches while the depth is 7 inches. After marking this out, I'm going to connect all the points together. Now you don't want to go too deep because if you go too deep, you're going to be introducing a gate dart. Because when your neckline is too deep or it's too wide, then the chances of it gaping will definitely increase. So for you to avoid that, 7 inches for the depth is very ideal. Now we will be doing some partitioning here because this is a sweetheart neckline. So I want you to pay very close attention. From the bottom, I went up by 2.5 inches and then I drew a straight line. Then from that point I drew a diagonal line to connect the two edges together. After connecting that diagonal line, I just went ahead to open this up. If you pay close attention to what I'm explaining, you realize that making these necklines are very easy to achieve. Now this is the first neckline under this group. The next one, I will be using the same measurement, which is 3 inches by 7 inches, and I would also come up by 2.5 inches. If you're measuring from the top, you can come down from the top, you can come down by 4.5 inches. But if you're measuring from the bottom, then you should go up by 2.5 inches. Hope this is clear. If this is not clear, you can rewatch this video. You can drop your questions in the comment section and I will be there to respond. From the bottom area, I'm going to measure 2.5 inches upward and I will connect. Now after connecting, the first part, I drew a diagonal line. This time around, I'm using a curve to connect these two edges together other than a straight line. See the difference, right? After connecting this part, I'm going to use another curve. See the way I'm drawing this curve now, so that the edge will not be sharp. I want a slight curve there. Now this is what it looks like, very beautiful. So this is another type of sweetheart neck. Next, I'm going to move to the third type of sweetheart neckline that I'll be teaching you today. And for this third one, I will still use the same measurement like I did for the first two, the 3 by 7 inches. That's 3 inches for the width and 7 inches for the depth. And I'm going to draw my box. After drawing my box, I will come up by 2.5 inches. This is actually similar to the second one. It's just that the difference here is I'll be using just one curve. Unlike the second where I made use of two curve lines. After placing my curve ruler on this, I'm going to connect this way. Here, the upper part has a rectangular shape with a curve at the bottom. And I'm just going to cut this out. So these are ways to spice up your necklines, adding little details to it, excluding certain details from it, just to get something different. I'll be moving to the fourth type of sweetheart neckline. And I do not want you to mistake this for the Queen Anne neckline because it's actually not the Queen Anne neckline. Like the other three, I'll be using the same measurements for this. If you have watched to this point, kindly hit the like and the subscribe button, share this video, and I would also love to hear from you. Tell me your view on this video and what you would love me to do next. So like I said, this is similar to the second one. I'm just going to connect the curve this way, and I'm also going to be introducing another curve at the upper area. Now see the way I placed my curve ruler, I'm going to introduce a slight curve to this and I will call this out. So if you're going to be making a dress, you have 4 different types of sweetheart neckline to choose from, and they are all very stylish. So let's hear from you. Which do you love the most? And thank you so much. See you in the next one.